All right. Every day I get letters from young people or people that want to learn to carve, and the biggest complaint is that they don't have bandsaws. And I've kind of been over this again, but it seems to be the main. I don't have a bandsaw, Gene. I can't cut out a pattern. I can't do that. And so how do I carve one of your figures? Well, actually, you don't have to have a bandsaw. Actually, you can, if you want the wood, you can actually get a hold of maybe let's see, I guess it's Heineke or Heineken wood, and they'll probably cut you what you need. This is a piece that is 1 inch by 1 inch by 3 inches, and with this you can make a figure. You can make a small miniature figure like I do, because that's all it is. Now I do cut out. Now actually this is the actual pattern that goes to the figure, but and I cut this pattern out with a bandsaw. I have a bandsaw, but if you lay this pattern on this piece of wood, which is 1 inch by 1 inch by 3 inches, as you can see, this is the same thing. So basically, if you can get the pattern and a block of wood, you can have them cut it 1 inch by 1 inch, and then just cut the piece off 3 inches or whatever. You can make this pattern. You can make this figure. Okay? You just lay the figure on the piece of wood, and as you can see, it lines right up, and simply just draw that on there. And voila. Whoops. Well, I didn't. Pencil didn't do too good, but that's all right. General idea, just like that. Okay. Now let me get I tell you what. Let me get something you can see a little bit better, so I can show you a little bit better. Let me just take this marker right here, and here is, of course, the legs down here, and this is the body, the head, and it goes around like this, and this is the back of it, just like that. But I'm going to go ahead and use all this wood up here, because I'm going to make the hat and everything. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you can do one or two things. You can cut it out with a bandsaw, or you can simply use your knife to do it, which we're going to do. Okay. Now, what you want to do, where's my, I'm sorry, let me get my, is from the point of the shoes right here, you want to come all the way over just like that, okay? And then just like that. All right, there's your shoes. That's where your shoes are. Your head, from that point where it comes up in it, you just want to draw a line, because this is where your head's going to be, and your face and everything like that. And here, but you can come back and draw from that point where basically your feet are. All right. Head, H, body, feet. Feet, body, head. All right. Now, you take your knife, and the first thing you want to do is to I don't have my carving glove with me. I am so sorry. Let me see if I have it in mine. I think this is, yeah, no, that's not it. I'm sorry, just a minute. Let me get my, I usually keep it in my box, but for some reason I did not have it with me. As a beginner, always wear a carving glove. Okay, let's look at it again. Feet, body, head. Okay? The first thing I want to do is I want to just kind of round off the top up here. Just a little bit. Just sort of round it off just a little bit. And then we're going to take our and we're going to kind of just do this on both sides to kind of bring up where the head is going to be. Come back on that side, and just like that. That's where our head will be. And our now I'm just going to kind of round off that top just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Not too much, because we're going to just go ahead and put a hat on him. And I'm going to get my pencil. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and come across here to establish where my head is. Come across like that, and then come underneath there where the body is. And go ahead and run my knife down here like this. Go to the other side, run my knife down here like this, and come from the back side and remove some wood to show where my head is and where it's going to take place at. All I'm doing is separating the head from the body. Okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing with the feet. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to separate the feet from the body. Just using a knife now, not even the bandsaw. All I'm doing is I'm going to come up with the same pattern basically that I had that I cut out with a bandsaw. And bring those feet back like this. Okay? Well, you see that? Very simple. I just about got the pattern that I originally started with. But I used my knife to do that. Alright? So I'm going to just round a little bit more, coming from the back of the head. On both sides, just a little bit. So you have now separated the three main parts of your figure. You have your head. I'm just going to cut a little bit right there. And I've done that all with a knife. You have your head, your body, your feet. And all you did was do it with a knife. Alright? Now, I'm going to bring this down just a little bit more. Okay. As you see that. And now, when I go to do I'm going to go ahead and bring my hat. I'm going to come from there and come to the end here. I'm going to go ahead and bring my hat down because my hat's going to be over my eyes. Okay. I brought my hat now down like that. Okay. So this will be my hat up here. Top of my hat and the brim of my hat. This will actually be the brim of my hat. So I want to separate the brim of my hat from the head. Now, let me explain something. The nose is going to be in this area in here. So we don't want to cut too much in this area. We just want to come around. I'll usually come around on this side, make a few V cuts. And come up here on both sides very lightly so that I have room right here for my nose. I just come up a little bit. Come up a little bit. Then I begin removing a little bit of the wood underneath the brim of the hat. Okay? Now we haven't done any cutting out. All we've done is taken a block that's 3 inches by 1 inch. We began to establish what we have here. I'm going to make a little cut in here to get this. As you will see, this face will begin to, because remember, a face is like an egg, just like that. A little bit off in here. Alright, you've gotten 3 points here that you're going on with. Alright, I think my time is up as far as video length, and we'll continue with this. Okay? As you can see now, we have separated our figure now for what we want.